Have you ever imagined sleeping with your own upside-down nacho? Do you wish you could grab a long-haired Australian and drink alcohol from their body? Maybe you're more interested in sitting on your imaginary underworld apostate's face, or just stomp into the curb for writing such horrendous lines. Nachos go great with beer. Now you can and more with these fantastic overpriced items from the great range on sale in Nacho's Underworld Market. Your nachos are always best with beer. Pick up your very own upside-down pillow, throw an apostate on your stretch pants, or slap on some yowie socks and just walk all over me. Your nachos always go best with beer. So grab Australian mug, wrap your lips around it, and suck dry those glorious liquids. Everything in stock is limited because I get bored and change it up all the time, so get yours now. As always, ensure to thoroughly beer your nacho. Go to teesprings.com/store/nachos Underworld Market to grab your very own nacho now. Oh God, what have I made? Nobody will want this stuff.
Oh wow, NotJah, is this your Teespring store?
Yeah, I just threw some simple, silly designs together quick. It's nothing special, just some funny, overpriced things on Nacho's Underworld Market.
Oh, look at this. This is super cool. You can get a hoodie and many other style of shirts.
Not just shirts, but some great Yowie design stretch pants too.
And who wouldn't like an awesome coffee mug?
Or an angry Nacho throw pillow for your couch. Everyone wants one of those.
Payment online is the best way to pay you.
Well heck, Jen, thanks. Here's all your awesome Nacho merch.
Check out Nacho's Underworld Market on Teespring today.
Does this have my voice? Yes, it does. Hello, people. I am going to attempt to stream and see how it all goes. Hey, Tria. Oh, well, look, I'm just going to be gaming. Well, I'm not even actually live gaming either. I'm bullshitting it. I'm trying something new. Because I can't actually stream my gaming, so the best I can do is run it through and talk shit while I do it. Oh my goodness, that is coming through loudly. Okay, hopefully I've set it up in a way that you guys shouldn't double hear it. You should only hear it once. I only hear it once too, which is good, but... Hey Badger! How you doing, mate? I'm kind of playing a bit of GTA. I was playing this like half an hour ago, recorded it, and I was like gonna upload it as a video, and then I realized, well, fuck, why would I do that when I could just throw it into Manicam and do it this way? Hopefully I don't completely dox myself like I have in every other video. for gaming video anyway. Do forgive the quality because I'm still playing around with my settings, trying to work out what works. And especially given what I end up doing in this, there's going to be a lot of stuttering. Just mainly because of I'm pushing everything to the limits at the moment, and I have to try and figure out where's the perfect spot to do everything. I've almost got it down. It's pretty smooth. I just have to tweak it a little bit more. But once I bring in what happened, something that happens later, you can definitely notice the frame rates just fall through the floor. That's alright, Tria. You're like about to sleep anyway, so I mean it's just a silly gaming video. Not like that's really important. I was literally just bored, and I figured, yeah, as I said, like I wanted to try this whole new way of doing gaming videos instead of uploading them as a edited video and stuff. I can just record shit, throw it up on Manicam, and stream it. So hopefully it works. It's technically outputting the same that I'm recording it as a 720, and like 30 frames or whatever it is, and using even the same program to do both recording and streaming. So hopefully it works, but yeah, I haven't quite got the settings right with my recording. Yeah. It's sort of like the rip-off version of Ken Block's drift car that he uses for his gymkhanas and stuff. And I really enjoy messing with the cops in this car. It's not exactly a stock car. I have done some modifying to the game files and stuff, fiddling, having a bit of fun. So it goes a little bit extra torque than it should have. So it also goes really fast. But I mainly enjoy using it just to do donuts around the police and stuff, because it's fun. This is true. Well, like, we probably talk more on the old Twitter machine than through, YouTube there, Tria. But I get it. I'm not making videos very often, and working on that. I do have a thing with X-Cult Baby coming up. I'm working on at the moment. I just have to sort of come together with some sort of script, and then or at least a starting of one. I'm getting there. G'day, Great Dane. As I said earlier in the chat, in the side chat there, I am on the Discord voice chat for anyone that's a VIC. You can jump on the Discord and join me to talk. If thou can and so chooseth. But otherwise, we're just pretty much watching me attempt to run donuts around a copper's. It's a real shame that I've only got the basic, well, for the most part, basic version of the game. I've got lots of mods and shit on it, but I really would like to end up, I've got the 5M. I want to install it and try and get into the DOJ server, because I think that would be amazingly fun. But that's to do one day. Probably not with this computer, because it's fucking shit. Hey, Robert. I don't even want to, I'm not even out to kill him today, Robert. I'm just doing donuts around him. Because, why not? Yeah, well, oh, yeah, I'm not always great. I was having fun. Sort of get lost in it. Have you played APB Reloaded? Spell it out for me. What's APB again? It sounds familiar, but yeah. How's the output coming across, by the way? How does it look for you guys? Every now and then, sort of, the frame sort of jumps, but I don't know, if you're a gamer, you can normally tell that that's the game itself doing it, not my video output. It's really weird. I have the same settings as I do for the Leah show, but this is using Streamlabs OBS, whereas Leah is using the OBS Studios. Same settings, but OBS Studios seems to reject it every time, and I have to drop down the codec thing, encoder, or whatever the fuck it is, to the shitty one. Whereas with this, it seems to be perfectly happy streaming it. I'm not sure what's going on. Like, I even did a test run on Leah the other day, like a week ago or whatever, and it worked. And then when I actually went to use it for the show, it decided not to work, and I just... the fuck?
Lucky miss.
Oh, fair enough, yeah. She got yeah. I don't know, I'll probably give it a go if you want to do a multiplayer go of it. Especially if it's free to jump in, but I mean, I know that normally means you have to buy the good weapons if you want to have good weapons at the start. But I'd make for a hilarious sidekick. Ask Demi if you're in good with Demi. I don't know, not everyone is, but she'll tell you at least that I make for a great, hilarious sidekick in gaming. I think a lot of those... Oh no, actually, I think that the ones with Demi are still up because I did a really good job editing those. I had to go through like almost frame by frame when I was editing them. I was putting all the text in so I could keep them up because I knew that I didn't accidentally dox myself like I did with all my old fucking gaming videos. And by all means, if you notice me accidentally doing that in the future, like, please DM me privately and be all like, dude, take that down. I don't know if nobody noticed, and I'm guessing it's because nobody noticed the other times I've done it, or just people that noticed didn't say anything, which kind of worries me. Shut up, Badger. I'm gonna definitely do that next time I record. I'm gonna go flying in a goddamn stunt plane too, just to prove you wrong. And then I'll probably still end up jumping out. Like I do that in this as well. I'll be driving around and I'll just randomly, you know, like maybe I'll go to hit the horn and I'll hit F instead of E and I'll jump out. Like it happens. It's just one of those things. Look at these dumbass cops running into each other. They don't even know what to do with themselves. Speaking of, Robert, I do have another video yet to edit. I just haven't gotten around to editing it. I really should though, because, ooh, look at that, smashed me. It's a good episode, and I know everyone will enjoy it, and I've just been lazy, that's why I haven't done it. It takes a while to edit those together, like, because I like putting all the text and stuff, you know. It's a lot of hard work, but I really enjoy the end product, so I find it worthwhile. Oh, I didn't quite calculate that one right. If you're even mildly amused, I'd love if you threw down a like, maybe shared it out, try and drag some other random idiots that like gaming into it. I know I'm just mucking around and, you know, just having a good time, not really giving a shit necessarily. Like, I'm not doing a mission or anything like that, I'm just fucking around with it. Man, he pinned me right there. If I didn't have all that fucking torque in them tires, I would have never gotten out of that. He had me pinned. I mean, if it was a girl, I would have found it kinky, but handcuffs and all. Ooh, I shouldn't bring that up. Oh, not watching where I'm sliding. Went straight through that high-vis cone thing. Which is hat. Here's the other thing, like, because I've got such a high amount of, like, I've only tripled the torque on this, and it just, you know, you get to 160, 170 really quick, and you just lose them all. They cannot keep up. Because, I mean, I can do donuts around them before they can even start, you know, put it into reverse or put it into drive. They don't know what to do. It's good fun, though. Alright, Robert, have a good one, bro. And try and have a good one. Work and all. And Tree, if you're dying, that's alright. Sleep up. Or you might not be referring to that kind of dead, I don't know. Wow, almost took out the pole. I'm literally just teasing the coppers, hey? Because they just have no chance at all. But admittedly, this isn't exactly a road legal car in any right. Like, this is definitely a stunt car. Did I see your story thingy? I'm not sure, to be honest. I haven't been I have not been paying attention much to the scene lately. Trying to get my head out of it for a little bit. So I might have missed it, Badger, and I do apologise. I'll probably try and catch up soon enough, though. Yeah. Oh, praise food. Yeah, you need... Oh, somebody just shot at me. You need a pesty to come in and sort yourself out. So yeah, I got bored with the cops and I thought I'd up the ante a bit. This is probably where the frame rate's going to really start being noticeably worse. But, you know, if you're going to have a tornado... Hey, later! How you doing? Good to see ya. A native, eh? Yes. Yeah, I reckon, right? Like, hit up a bit of that Tornado Alley. I have a very unusual fascination for tornadoes. Like, I don't like when they hurt people in any way, but I just think they're an amazing force of nature, and I'm just fascinated by them. I would be that idiot that would literally just get too close and die. As you will likely... Well, I don't actually die in this, I just get too close many times. I know what you'll want too, so just so you know it does happen, but I'm gonna make you wait a little bit for it. Hey Mero. Hey, as I said, I'm on the Discord. I did get a little bit flung there by that wind gust. I overshot that corner a bit. I'm on the old Discord chat. If you want to join, the VICs can come and say hello. And I'm pretty sure by now you know how to do that. Hurricanes aren't quite, like that's our cyclones. They're pretty nasty, but they're a little slower winds. They're just much bigger. Like, they devastate a much larger area. Whereas, you know, twisters are a little bit more precise. They're just far stronger winds, generally speaking. And for the particular area that they hit, they do a lot of fucking damage. Yeah, where's the Kingdom Hall? Nah, you're right, leader. There's never a bad joke. I mean, there's bad taste in jokes, but it doesn't mean it's a bad joke. It's just, you know, try again, try a bit better next time or something, you know. Oh, there we go. I didn't mean to get sucked up then, but there I go. Yeah, I know, it's about as big as I can make it before I crash my computer, basically. I can actually make that into a much bigger tornado. If you know, I want the computer to be able to do that too, so by all means, you know, there's going to be a crowdfunder soon to help me get a better computer. By all means, throw some money at that and I will show you an F5, like, and you can adjust all the settings of this tornado to make it as intense and crazy as you like it. So, and I do really endeavor to do that one day, because it's one of my favorite mods of GTA. It's just ridiculous. It's stupid. Like, it's so much fun though. Look at it. Seriously, look at that thing. Yeah, I got a little glitch that when I'm free falling, the parachute looks like it's already there. I don't know why. I'm trying to fiddle with things to work that out, but oh well. So now I'm just parachuting through a tornado, because, you know, that's realistic. I'll be right back. I just realized I'm out of brew. I need a brew. So watch me fall into a tornado for a couple minutes. So I realized I wasn't actually gone for a couple minutes, but that's how long we'll be watching me fall into a tornado. Tornado. Yeah, this is me trying to figure out what the hell's going wrong with that parachute glitch thing. I thought maybe it was because I had infinite parachutes on. That didn't do shit. But I tried. And after that, I'd be fucked. I thought, I'll figure it out later. G'day, Andrew. Good to see ya. Yeah, well, dude, like, what is wrong? It's Trevor of all people, too. Like, he is the most open guy there is in the game, despite his insanity. Of course he's gonna have a goddamn LBGT. Those letters plus, you know, he's pro that. Fuck, I always LBG or GB? GLG, les gay, bi, yeah, LGB. There we go. Now I figured it out. It always takes me a while to fucking get that right. Like, it's like I'm dyslexic, basically. Oh, fuck. I gotta admit, there's something really pleasing about having a tornado coming after you. See how there's like those gaps in the tornado there? That's because of how, like, that's the limit of my graphics settings. You can make that layer up like crazy and make it look more better up, but I can't without my computer crashing. As it is, I'm barely getting maybe 15 frames or 10 frames a second, so like sometimes it's worse than that even. Just depends how much it's trying to draw in at what time. But isn't this epic? Like, look at this. GSR. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I've been trying to get on. Like, I've only just recently heard of that, though, so I'm still trying to get that one into my head. And it's a lot easier than all the other ones, and still trying to remember what comes after G, basically. I'm getting there, though. Oh, MG. Oh, Jesus, don't confuse me, guys. Come on. MGRs. Is that a gun? Or is that... Oh, okay. I'm not even going to bother trying. That's another thing. I don't know if I do that in this video or even one that I've recorded, but sometimes trying to fuel up while there's a tornado coming directly towards you, it can be really, really hard. Like, you start, your adrenaline hits, your heart's pumping, and you're like, hurry up and fill up, and you just have to bail before it's done. Like, sometimes, though, you just really need that fuel. And you know that once it hits, it's gonna, well, if it hits a direct hit, it's gonna blow up the fuel station, so you can't get fuel again. It is lucky there's another one down the road a bit, but still, you know, principle of the thing. Role-playing here. Well, sort of. There's no one to role-play with when you're, you know, doing it the way I'm doing it. I'll get there. See, this is the sort of thing. It's just like, I love it when it's just like turns and comes for you. Motherfucker, run! Yeah, they're only like, they're just to hide themselves from people. And it's not like people can't, like, I mean, you really think they're not going to be able to get in there? Like, the other day when I was playing, I had a really good run where it was coming towards, I think, the cop shop. And I had enough time to actually get into the cop shop and, like, hide behind the desk. And it was really cool to just witness. And I did try to replicate that here tonight, but it did not work. Unfortunately.
Hey, Nacho.
Hello, I hear a voice. How you doing? Hey, Tria.
It's Tria.
Yeah. How's
I
you
was
going?
having trouble sleeping anyways.
Aww.
Going alright. I
Oh,
wouldn't
well.
have seen this notification if I wasn't bouncing around on Twitter already.
I'm surprised
Trying
even
to
that
use-
anyone saw the notification. Normally when I, like, because I literally threw it up live with a minute or so before, you know, like I didn't think I'd have enough time to even give it notification. So that's cool.
Yeah.
This guy. Sorry, just quickly. This guy, he's
shared it on Twitter.
Oh, thank you, Doc. Hey, Ola. And Jared. Oh, mate, that I just went and said hello to standing in the middle of the road. He's meant to be at the trailer park over there. And he just ended up landing in the middle of the street. Anyone that's actually played the game will recognize him and just be like, what the fuck is he standing over there for? Oh, I was having a blast with this fucking thing. Such a silly game. Yeah, it's a really enjoyable mod. It's really easy to install too. It's just a script mod. It's just a matter of refining the settings to make it work on your machine, because like I don't have a bad machine, but even as it is, I have to drop down the settings so much. Hey, Tony! For a fur trimming, are you getting a Brazilian? Badger. Badger's getting Brazilian. And I see that little bit of detail there in the tornado. Like, I want to be able to up my settings, because that way I can get that level detail thicker and fuller and bigger. And oh goodness, who was it that was mentioning it was an F3-ish, or EF3, sorry? That's probably about correct, given what it's ripping up. But oh, I want to make it bigger. It's unfortunate you can't sleep though there, Tria.
It happens.
Yeah.
Especially right before one of my sister's doctor's appointments that I'm supposed to show up for.
So it's not your own doctor's appointment, it's somebody else's. Your sister's.
I don't really go to the doctor as much as I should. Usually, I wind up going to the free clinic, and then it's a fight 2 or 3 times before I get what I want done. And I usually wind up having getting a nasty cold from somebody else who's waiting in the office.
Yeah, that I can definitely.
I only go when I'm dying.
I don't avoid doctors, but I definitely don't go in as, you know, any regular. Hey, that'd be Mero for sure.
It is definitely Mero. How you going?
Not too bad. How's you going?
Good, just came home from the gym. I had gym's balls in my ass. It felt so good.
Lovely. Tria, Mero, do you know each other?
Yeah.
I'm just making sure. Good, good.
I show up to her live streams when I can, but you dumb hallucinations don't operate properly. Like, you're supposed to show up when I'm allowed to be on streams and shit.
Yeah,
Not at
sorry about
ridiculous
that.
hours. Yeah, it happens.
It's alright. Just giving y'all shit.
Yeah, why not?
Hello, everybody in the chat, by the way.
Any new names? Hello, Godless Virus.
Hello, Godless Virus. Hola,
I
hello.
don't think I recognise that name, but it's great to see you. Yeah, that bloody train. It is actually destructible though, and I'll have to show you that in another video. But it's only because I have a mod on the train where you can drive the train, and you can't actually do that in the game. And so you can overdrive the train, like you can take it too fast around corners and completely derail, which is great fun. But that
Hey,
means
Lita,
you
how
can
you
also
going?
drive around with it and sit on top. Shoot the fuck out of everybody and the train will just keep getting away from everyone. Ah, that's good.
So how have you been, Tria?
Been alright. Just been really busy lately. With my little sister, and every time I turn around, the Mormons are doing something crazy and brand new, so I've had to rewrite the script for my video 3 times because every time I get the script done, they add something else
Yeah.
to the same subject, and it's just like, really?
Yeah.
Get this next one out, because I'm not only afraid of changes related to this video, but I know October general conference, and all of the changes are going to be officially announced.
Okay.
A lot of us in the ex-Mormon community are betting that the youth program's going to start as young as 8 years old now, instead of 12.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it's not.
12's not
So-
great
so the
either.
So we're all watching.
So the program making Mormonism better, like, you know. Sorry, I just came back from the gym. My brain's a bit frazzled. So this program that indoctrinates kids, they're starting at 8 now rather than 12. Is that right, or are you?
We're betting on it. We're not 100% sure, but there's been rumors flying and little, like, breadcrumbs, so to speak. A lot of us are betting that the new youth program will actually start at 8 years old.
Hooray!
Wrong. We're all hoping we're wrong, but
Oh yeah, but the chances, you know, just going by Murphy's law.
yeah, and also the fact that some of our most prominent members of the ex-Mormon community who have way more knowledge than the rest of us, that's where they're placing their bets. So
So Andrew, you said Meru, does your boyfriend know about Jim? Well, currently I have no boyfriend. And Jim? Are you talking about Jimmy as in Mr. Atheist Jimmy?
Oh, the gym.
The Jim? Oh. Oops, sorry, that's me buzzing.
Take the vibrator out.
oh no,
Sorry.
I think Andrew's making a reference about when you went to the gym.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
yes,
exactly
yes,
what I thought.
the actual Jim. I got hot and sweaty and played with his equipment. No, just in case everyone doesn't get it, because I have a terrible sense of humor. I actually went to exercise at the gym. just clarifying it for people who don't have my sense of humor.
I'm pretty sure most people will be alright to get that.
I think most people get the joke, but Doc Pearson, oh Jim, I know him.
Oh, Jim Majors, fuck yeah. That beard.
Yeah.
Oh, the beard, the fucking mustache.
The mustache. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anybody got suggestions for software? I use Audacity for sound, but I bought my programs for video editing.
No. Sorry. I'm sure if you contacted someone, like threw it out on Twitter, somebody might be able to help you.
There
NotJah
isn't a
got me
lot of
onto Reva
easy options. Like a lot of the good options are, they're, you have to put in a bit of work to figure them out and get them working. And once they're working, they're fine. But you also have to know what you're doing with them. They're not overly complex. It's just a matter of putting in the time to figure them out. Most of the time, like Audacity is very simple. Like it's pretty straightforward. But they're not all like that. With video stuff, you can get free versions, but they don't always give you what paid versions will give you. There are also non-legit ways of getting set paid versions that don't require payment. But that would be a whole different conversation. It's all,
Audacity is,
it's all about what you want, really. I didn't think so. I'm not sure.
Wait, what was that, Meryl?
Audacity, is that Adobe? Or am I thinking of something else?
I think you're thinking of something else.
Yeah, I don't think Audacity.
Audacity was free.
Yeah, Audacity is a free program. Oh, there's a lot of explosions.
But Adobe is not free.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Well, the basic PDF reader. That's free.
Actually,
okay,
no,
yeah,
it's
but
not. Oh well, that in the very basic PDF, but if you want to do something like
that's why I said
incredible,
basic
like
PDF
combining
reader.
a file. It annoys me. Like,
I know.
I wouldn't mind paying for Adobe if it wasn't so freaking expensive. Yeah, and bad tempered Badger. Well, Badger says Adobe is being shit about software lately. Yes, but I mean, I'd be more than happy to pay for Adobe, but it's so expensive. And considering the majority of the people that use its stuff are probably students and artists, they're just outpricing themselves. Because I would say, like, I grew up on Adobe products. Basically, I know, like, I've done a few courses in Photoshop. I've done, I've really become quite familiar with a lot of their stuff when it was cheaper. But yeah, it's just completely priced me out.
They've basically priced themselves for the professional market alone.
Yeah.
Like if you're making bank off of what you do, you can afford the Adobe products. And normally you need more than one of them if you're going to be a professional, and that's what they sort of guarantee. Like that's what they rely on. Because that way you won't just get Photoshop, you'll get Lightworks or whatever, and Photoshop, or you'll get, a series combination of things, packs and stuff.
Yeah, Sandra, I do know about GIMP. GIMP annoys the hell out of me, actually.
Yeah, I can't get my shit around GIMP. Like,
GIMP, I understand until it gets to their layers, and it's just like, what the hell are you doing?
It's a bit like
yeah.
God, what's the other one? Blender. I can't get my head around Blender. I want to, but I just can't figure the fuck out.
But to me, it would make more sense.
Shall be right back. Mero, you can.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, take over.
I will continue this conversation. For me, it would make more sense if Adobe made their prices a hell of a lot cheaper, because it's basically you get them while they're young. So, if you get if you teach students how to use Adobe stuff, then they will stay loyal. So it just makes more sense for me. Tree, are you still there?
I'm still here. I just don't know anything about most of these programs. I was basically handed 2 programs and said, here, you'll be able to figure these out on your own.
So what you've got
I have Audacity for sound, and it's fairly simple. Pretty much to clean up my audio, I only really need like 2 or 3 buttons. It does take a little bit of time to get rid of all of the breaths, because I do up on the mic quite a bit. Nerves to like hear them. I think other people notice as much, but every single one I'm like, nope, that has to go.
Yeah.
As far as the video editor, I haven't heard of a free one that's user friendly. Use any of them, so I don't have any recommends. Because I went straight to Mavavi. Mavavi, if you're looking for something free or cheapish, that's not your best option. If they have sales every once in a while, the lowest I've ever seen it go on sale is like $30 to $40.
Yeah, per month, isn't it?
Oh, it's a one time. It's a one time, but the thing is,
it's not
it's
too
a
bad.
one time.
It's not
Too bad. It's just the person asking. I think it was Chris.
And Godless Virus is actually
said that
in
they
the chat
didn't want
at the
to.
moment. Yeah.
But
they
said that they were looking for free, and like I said, Audacity is free as far as the actual putting together the movie editing part. I have no suggestions.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't help you with that one. I'm sure if you tweeted out that to people and maybe tag some of the bigger names, they might be able to help you out. Because I'm sure someone will be able to help you. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's sort of. It's frustrating. It is frustrating. Do you? I know this isn't probably a fantastic suggestion. I'm sure NotJah, you back?
Yeah.
Yeah. I put a thick sock over my microphone to try and stop the puffs.
It's a good cheap, normally free pop filter. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe you could try that.
A lot of things you can do with Audacity is just figuring out the right settings for your voice. Because I have a set of settings that I used to use for Audacity, but they were tailored for a male, generally kind of deeper voice. Some of them will though work, and like simple things like figuring out normalization, and just basic compression and equalization usually will fix a lot of the problems you'll get with any microphone. That's
also
mostly
Maddie told me that when you do Audacity and you have a good mic, everything, let it play for about 30 seconds of just like your background noise.
Yeah.
Noise reduction button, and that helps a lot too.
So you start with the noise reduction. You can either do the sampling at the start or the end, where depending on where you leave that open set of recording free, where you don't make a sound. So you'll take that sample, you'll overlay it over the entirety, do a compressor, an equalizer, a normalizer, and then I don't know the differences because I do a bass and treble, but I don't know, like, a lot of those settings I don't know where it can be adjusted for the different types of voices. It's one of those things that you'd have to fiddle and play or have a preset from somewhere else. I know you can Google them, so that's an option to find, like, compressor presets, female voice. I think there are actually presets in Audacity as well, and they generally do a good job. You just sort of check your recording, do a couple test recordings with a couple of the female presets for compressors, equalizers, and see which one works best. But if you really want, I could probably help walk you through that one day on a private chat. You there?
Yeah. Well, okay, so for anyone who's listening, Badger says there's a program called OpenShot, and that's free, apparently. So I'm assuming Badger is at a video editing tool. And Tony also says, when I was in radio, I always had to have a major pop filter. You'll save a lot of time editing and sound better. So maybe you could try the thick sock technique. If you... That's what I do.
I definitely need to do some little things. It's just right now, I had a bad month last month. Every once in a while, the post office runs late, and my timesheets did not get to the person they're supposed to get to on time. Last couple of weeks, I was scrambling with money because I did not get paid.
Well, that's annoying.
Yeah, that's never fun.
Yeah. I had to convince the person that I send my timesheets into that I need to be able to email them to her or fax them to her. I guess she's worried that if I did that, it'd get lost in the mix because she deals with like hundreds of emails every day.
That's no excuse.
Oh, but the thing is that there are options, and they would not work with me as much as she does. She's an old family friend.
Okay.
And there are some things that if I were to switch my sister's coordinator, things would wind up being bad because they would expect things out of us that are not my family.
Fair enough. Could you email them and then post them? Is that possible? That's because that's what I would do, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want to miss out on getting paid because of something that wasn't your fault.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask again. But yeah. It's the only annoying but the thing is that this is the only complaint that I have about her.
Okay, fair enough.
Literally the only complaint. And again, she's a family friend, and I know I don't have to worry about her trying to do stuff. An emergency support coordinator for a while before we took her on. That person was like, I don't see what your sister's problem is. We need to do this. We need to do that. And I said, live with her every day. You don't see this bullshit.
Yeah, fair enough.
They basically tried to put her into jobs that there was no way she could do them. Because she looks like she can work.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah. Well, my suggestion would be send her an email, send her the timesheets, and then post them, because if she doesn't get them, and then maybe send like email her, send her a text, and then because it's really important. You can't, you know,
Yeah,
if you're living day to day, hand to mouth.
And that's kind of where I'm at. I get compensated for what I do with my sister, but it's not a lot of money.
No.
It does get me by, but I have the burden of trying to, like, having to work the stuff that I have to do with her.
Fair enough. I just realised I forgot to feed Lucius.
Sorry, I just saw Nacho. I just saw Nacho, like, try to do a flip in air and then crash at the bottom.
I know, a terrible spot to land that one.
Oh, you would be in pain if you saw me try to play one of these games, because I cannot steer for shit.
I can't on a controller, which is like, I've got one and I'm trying to practice, but I suck at controllers. And keyboard catting is so bad, because it's, you know, you don't have the precision as you do an analog stick. So, yeah, I just suck. But, you know, I make do. It's all about having fun. Doesn't matter how good you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been thinking of doing a couple of video game streams. Of course, the video games I'm playing right now are super fucking boring, so...
What are you playing?
There's a game that came out called Birthday at the Beginning.
Who the hell is fiddling with alfoil?
That's me.
Sorry, that's you. Mute yourself at least. Jesus.
Okay.
Look at this flip. Look at this flip. Bajoom. Dead. Oh my god, Mary. Put yourself on mute. Holy fuck. Oh my god. Sorry about that, everybody.
I don't even remember.
Sorry, everyone. Okay.
You suck, Mary. You threw the whole conversation.
I seriously do. Shut up.
I don't even remember what I was saying.
It was a game that just came out not long ago or something.
Okay, so the concept is it's an evolution game. All things is you're given a cube.
You've given a what?
Cube.
A cube, yeah.
You raise and lower the land to raise and lower the temperature of the cube. And as you raise and lower the lands, things appear and evolve. But it takes forever sometimes to get shit to evolve. About 15 hours, and I finally got a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Well, Jesus, that's not so bad considering the time span of life in general till it got to a T-Rex.
Oh no, but like I enjoy
15 hours. You're gonna only you got about an hour and a half before humans go extinct. Like.
Stand up, but it's like for me that's fun. I like playing God and creator games.
I was really you remember Spore?
To watch it probably would be boring.
Do y'all remember the game Spore? It was one of those Will Wright Smaxus games, Spore, and you basically would go from a single cell sort of organism and evolve through all different things. You get to create your own animal. It had so much hype. Like, and it wasn't exactly a bad game. It just, for everything it could have been, it wasn't quite good enough. Like, I kind of actually want a new version of Spore, because I think we've hit that technological time where you could probably pull it off really good. And I'd love to see it. And it's literally just going from single cell organism to whatever you want to create in the end. Like, and you evolve them through, you know, mating and life and death and, you know, in Spore you end up being a galactic sort of species that takes over the universe. But where, you know, they did it very basic and it was kind of shitty. Whereas I'd hope that a new version of it would do a really good, thorough job of it, you know. Yeah. But I think that's a fascinating style of game too.
I'm going to pop off for a bit because I have to feed Lucius and he's already started. Yeah, so what I tend to do is just film it and then send the film to anybody who I think might be interested. So I will be back in probably about 10:15 if you're still playing.
Nice.
If not, goodbye everyone.
See you later, Mara.
See ya, Maro.
Alright. Ciao.
Bye. I'll take this moment, I suppose,
I like.
just quick, if I can, just to say, like, if there are anyone else that's a VIC, a patron of mine, you can jump into the Discord and join us on the patron chat. That's where we are chatting, so, yeah. If you want to be, come and throw $1 at me once a month and join the VIC and you can chat to me.
Yeah, I also sometimes I like. Oh gosh, I like breeding games. I miss the old one. They took the site down. They were going to improve it, and then it just died, which happens a lot to small websites like that.
That's always a shame,
But
too.
basically, playing with mutations, I like evolution. I like playing a terrible god that kills everybody. Anything along those lines interests me.
Would that include being not necessarily a superhero, but a game that entailed having powers of a superhero, like somebody that could overpower everything, sort of thing? Or would it just be literally playing God, like controlling the species or the nations or whatever it might be?
Yeah, literally playing God. Like,
Yep.
I liked Pocket God quite a bit. I still go back and play it every once in a while. Given a bunch of islanders, you have different ways to make sacrifices of them and kill them.
Fair enough. So what about The Sims? Because that was sort of like that. It was just more, based around home and stuff.
Yeah, I play Sims sometimes. I just don't like dealing with that level of stupid.
Well, they're always fun to kill, though.
It's true, but...
That's what made me think of them. There's nothing more enjoyable than finding a new way to kill the Sims.
It's true. I heard of this roller coaster game, and I want to get my hands on it, where somebody had come up with an idea of making a lethal roller coaster that dropped you into the other amusement park.
Sounds like something Ollie would have done. He's one of the relatively bigger gaming sort of YouTubers.
Yeah, I think it was one of the Tycoon games. And I kind of like those too. I'm horrible at them.
It's not Roller Coaster Tycoon. There's another one that's out at the moment that is really good, and you can do that. Because I think Roller Coaster Tycoon doesn't let you kill the people or anything. Like, it won't let you do that. Whereas, as far as the last one I recall, anyway. Whereas this one does, and it's kind of stupid. It's sort of ludicrous how you can do stuff with it. So, I think that's the one you're talking about. I've been very curious about that game myself.
I have a list of games that I need to catch up on because I was Game Boy, and I wasn't supposed to have been given the Game Boy, but my mom didn't want to be the bad guy and take it back. So I was allowed a Game Boy, and I basically had that Game Boy from the time I was like 9-ish. I didn't get my first console until I was 25.
My older, we didn't get Game Boys or anything. We weren't allowed them. My older brother got a part-time job when he was like a teenager, and him and me, because I was scumming chore money off the parents, saved up $100 and got one of the earliest, not early, but one of the earliest Sega, like it was Master System or something, and way overpriced. Like, I think like this Nintendo 64 was out by this point. That's so we were buying a lot, like paying a lot into old tech, but that was our first one and only console for like a decade.
Yeah, like
People had Xboxes and we still were
we-
playing on that, you know.
basically, I think the first console I got was a Wii.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, like I got a Wii and then a Wii U because the Wii eventually just decided that it hated us and broke down completely.
Yeah, they went in, yeah.
Then I bought a PS4, and that was back when I still had at least some money. And now it's like basically people recommend games to me, and I'm like, is it free? Because that's basically all I can get.
Yeah. Well, I very rarely buy new games. If I do, if it's on sale or something cheap because it's old, or it's an indie game on Steam, you know, like because they go for cheap.
Yeah.
You know,
I am
there's a
looking
bit like that.
forward. Kit Fox Games. I kind of want to pick up their game where you're basically a cult leader. Um, that you're basically following a Cthulhu-like monster.
Okay.
Um, which people live and which people die.
So
You're
you don't necessarily.
Cthulhu-like monster happy.
Yeah, I was going to say you
Happy
wouldn't
or
necessarily
something you.
control the Cthulhu. You'd be sort of you'd be pleasing it, or you'd be giving, you know,
Yeah.
it'd be its needs that you're trying to please, sort of thing, as opposed to like your own health or your own whatever gameplay. I'd
Yeah.
imagine anyway. It sounds interesting.
I'm terrible at those kinds of games, but uh, made by my best friend, so I know it's going to be a good game.
Well, you only get better at them by practicing by playing them. So.
Yeah. It's very Lovecraftian. Oh man, I wish I could get my hands on this script. I don't know if they're publishing it anymore because there were copyright problems. Lovecraft Society, um, the parody of Fiddler on the Roof called A Shoggoth on the Roof. The most hilarious shit ever. You can actually find like the soundtrack on YouTube.
Ooh, thank you kindly, Godless Virus. It's alright, I will, send me a message through the old patron so that I know to, like, I'm pretty sure you'll be the only one that's patroning me tonight, so I'll know who you are, and I just gotta remember to, credit you as Godless Virus, though, so that you know, whatever one you want me to credit you as, I suppose. Because that's important. Thank you very much, Lee. I'm gonna have to go and check out that now. Like, oh my goodness. I'm rather flattered. Sorry, Tree, I didn't mean to, like, steal your thunder there. Yay!
Okay. Your
Oh, it
stream.
made it. It made it a beautiful even number. Now I have 20 patrons, and I have I'm not gonna say that number. That's really cool. Thank you kindly. Hey. Arbo, how you doing, bro? Good to see you, mate. I'm attempting to do some gaming, sort of. I'm not actually gaming live, I'm just playing it through Manicam because I'm testing stuff out. And this is not the best of videos. This is when I hadn't quite, shit's not looking so great. But, you know, we've been at it for a little while now. I had to start a new video. Otherwise the other one was going to just replay. And that's no fun. Yeah, 10-4. Well, yeah, okay. Didn't necessarily intend you to say that public, because some, like, I understand when some people don't want their, you know, they only want certain names appearing and stuff, so I didn't, yeah. Hey, Shield. Good to see ya. Oh, fucking
Yeah.
sorted that guy.
I was a moron when I first started doing Patreon. I put everybody underneath my full name and had my actual name as one of her patrons for
You certainly
forever.
did. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's alright. I'm like, it's, you know, most people do that, so not really a big deal.
Well, it was before I got my
Well,
letter because I was
yeah,
doing excommunicable shit.
but it
Sure,
was a
whether or
matter
not
of,
I was being monitored yet.
it would have been relatively
Sure.
easy for those that you were patroning to understand, to, you know, like what I do, make sure what name goes out for that is a public, you know, name, not a private name in any way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, that's just the thing to do.
But I
Especially in
didn't
what we
realize
do, it
that
should be
until
obvious.
I didn't realize that for like 5-6 months. So I was like, shit. I don't care now. I mean, because like I said, at some point they're probably gonna be put a file together and show my dad, but
Well,
they would do that with they would figure out my name anyways and do it anyways.
that's it. Like, I run a similar risk, and I'd had almost all of, anyway, my gaming videos that I was streaming before this, they all are no longer available because they all had somewhere in them they were doxing me. Like, I had my
Oh no.
identity within them. And so I had, like, and I realized this only like a month or so ago, and I'm like, oh shit, you know, like, and I just mass got rid of them all.
Yeah, I know the feeling because like Diana was like, "Oh shit, should I have your name as Tria?" And I'm like, "Honey, it's too late now."
Mm. Well, at least,
Like I
like,
said,
most people won't necessarily connect your real name to your identity yet unless they're put together, sort of thing, like in front of them. They're not exactly names that would. It's sort of like me as well, and my real identity and stuff is not easy unless you knew it already. You wouldn't pinpoint it, and you
yeah.
wouldn't click and go, "Oh, that's this," you know.
See, I'm
Whereas
in this
somebody
weird.
like, I was just gonna quickly say, like, if you imagined Paul Agia, if he didn't, you know, if he was trying to be a secretive person, it's a bit of an obvious one, but obviously, because it's some sort of clue in the name, you'd be like, well, Paul somebody. You know what I mean? Like, you'd have a clue into it, and you'd be able to work with that. Whereas we're just very ambiguous, you know? The names are not related to our real life. So, it works for us.
Yeah, and like I said, I kind of figured at that point they would do it anyway. They would give a file to my dad anyways. It's just a matter of. It depends on how much of a ruckus I make because online I'm not really making that much noise, so it doesn't really matter. My local bishop is scared shitless of the fact that I am out because my dad is one of the few people still actually paying money to the church.
Oh, true.
They're afraid of losing. They're afraid of losing their paycheck essentially.
Mm.
The
Well,
last
no,
time I went to a function, the average age of everybody there was 80 years old.
it's like a Fox News audience, I suppose. Not literally, but like the age gap, you know, like.
Yeah.
Hmm. Where am I at? Oh, yeah, we've still got 10 minutes or so. I might be wrapping up soonish. Yeah, I've been going for a little whiles, and I've got about 10 minutes left, a bit over on this video. And I'm guessing nobody else is going to jump into the chat. I know that Godless Virus, you just joined up as a patron. There are a few steps you have to go through to jump into Discord and get the benefits and stuff. But it's pretty straight, like it's explained in my introductory if you wanted to give it a go. But I only will be around for 10 minutes, so, like, yeah, time's a ticking if you wanted to join. And I am somehow, like, I don't know how I got myself into this, but I'm somehow now secondary in a police pursuit. I don't know if anyone else was paying attention. Holy shit, there's a voice.
Hey.
Hello. I see an Ethan.
I've got a package in.
Oh, okie
It's
dokie.
a Godless Virus, this is just my Discord account.
Oh, holy snap. Okay, cool. Good to see ya. I'm glad you made it in.
Yeah. So this is actually the
That is
first
a
time I've
public
actually
Discord account?
become a patron of someone.
Oh, well, damn.
It's a public Discord account, like I said.
Just
Like I
making
said,
sure.
the Patreon account I use... Yeah, the Patreon account I use is for my main account, my gaming account, as I
Okay.
don't really have everything set up for my other account yet.
Oh, fair enough. You sound, if I may, you sound British, is that right? Or somewhere
I
around
am
the
British.
UK? Fantastic. It'd be about, oh, jeez. What would it be about now? Midday-ish area. Bit after, yeah? Would it be about midday there
Bear
for
with me
you?
a moment, there's someone at my door.
Oh, no, you're right, mate. Do your thing. Yeah, well, I mean, while you're doing your thing, at least, thank you very much for, A, becoming a patron, and B, joining us as well. That's wonderful. I'm sorry I'm only going to be here for a couple more minutes. I sort of decided with the end of this video I might give it a rest, because, you know, you got to put a time limit on at some point, and I don't have many more videos that I know that I can show without having to double check, you know, because a lot of the other ones are the, I've been playing Wildlands a lot still, but I have to go through frame by frame in Wildlands to ensure that anytime I die, that when my name pops up, I can black it out, which is a real pain in the ass, because I have to do that, then I have to export it, or render it, yeah, and upload it. Big pain in the balls. GTA seems pretty
And as
easy
well,
to-
if you were
Yeah,
if you were playing multiplayer on Wildlands as well, you've got to cover up the mission area because it shows the usernames.
oh, yeah. I know, like, it does that to me, I think up in the top right-hand corner or something as well, like, cover
Yeah,
shit
where
up.
where it tells you the mission information. If you're playing multiplayer, it's got the people's
Pain in the
names.
ass. You should, like, I thought that they'd updated that game to make there a hardcore mode where you can turn all of the heads-up display off, because I think that's what I have to do.
I think there is that, but as far as I know, the only mode that I know about in settings that I really care about is turning off the AI teammates and switching them back on when I need them.
Fair enough, they are a pain in the ass. Like, they're good
I mean,
to
I'm on.
when you need them.
I'm
like,
literally on the final mission of it.
Oh,
They are
haven't
useful,
you-
but they're also horrible at the same time.
Yeah, well, that's exactly
They're
it.
useful
Like,
for stealth. They're useful for stealth, especially with the sync shots.
yeah,
But as soon as somebody joins your game, they go.
yeah. And you're a two-team. But there's not even that. They're also pretty hopeless in a real gunfight, depending on how realistic you want your gunfight to be. Like, because they are notorious for just walking around in the open. Like, they don't care.
Well, the thing is, that's because I've been watching a video on their AI. They're actually invisible unless you've been spotted. So the only way they can actually be spotted is if you tell them to do something with the order wheel.
I have noticed that myself. And it's the same with
Yeah.
what's the other one?
Because I
Far
saw one
Cry.
literally walk.
You know the new Far Cry game? It's the same, or
Yeah,
not the new one. It's a few years old now. The number 5 with the cult.
Do you mean Far Cry 5?
Yeah, because you do
I
the
only
same
just
thing
recently
with.
got that.
You'll do the same thing with the companions in that, with the dog or the other friends. Until you give them
Yeah.
particular commands or something, they will be able to wander around. Anyone sees them, it doesn't matter. But then once it works
Yeah.
into a command,
It's a-
they will freak out. And it's like
Yeah,
they're
it makes
standing in
sense.
the middle of like the field, like the enemy's camp or whatever it is. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
I mean,
and then even with the
makes
dog,
sense
you're like, it's
because
a dog though. So your best friend in that
wouldn't-
technically is Boomer, which is the dog. And so your dog's
Yeah,
walking
it's
around
Boomer.
and they're all like, it's a dog, so they're not going to just automatically start shooting it because they're just a dog. But then once you're the bad guy, they start shooting the dog. It's like, how did you fucking even know the dog was bad? Like, it's just a dog. Like,
Yeah.
and now you have to go
Yeah.
and save your fucking dog because it was standing in the middle of the camp while you're over on the edge trying to, scope it out. Like, that aside, it is a fun
AI in
game.
video games can be the best thing and the worst thing at the same time.
Oh, were you watching earlier with my gameplay when I was doing laps in my
Yeah, I
drift
was.
car? Like, I'd love to get into the DOJ server where I can actually go against real people, because that would be amazingly fun. But until then, I'm because I know actually now with my new net, I might be able to, because it really was just about my upload. I couldn't do shit. Like, even still, I can't stream gaming, but at least I can record it and work from there.
Most of the time, because I don't have a decent PC at the moment, most of my gaming stuff on my gaming account goes through my live streams directly from my actual PlayStation, because it's so simple to set up. The only thing that I need to do is go into YouTube. Yeah, the only thing I need to do is go into YouTube Studio and add the game to the description.
Because it basically
all
just
set
uses
up.
its own internal power and stuff
Yeah,
to do that.
and the PlayStation itself smartly has an editing software you can download. It's kind of weird to use with a controller because you can only use a controller because it's a PlayStation, but it's useful for those that only have a PlayStation. For me, I can barely even work it out.
Fair enough. Well, I gotta admit,
Because
I'm shit
it's
with
not like
controllers
things
in
like
any
After
case.
Effects, Premiere Pro. It's not like those things.
I have to throw it out. G'day, geeks. Not sure which one, I can never completely tell which geek is actually in the house, but g'day. And if Badger is still around too, I am now in a plane. I cannot recall if I end up jumping out of this randomly though. Hey, Fraggy! Good to see you, mate.
I think Badger left. He
Well, you might have,
ran errands and stuff.
I mean, Badger did say in the chat that he was going to get lunch.
Oh, that'll be what it might be. Okay, I might have missed that.
I'm not looking at chat now though because I'm on my phone.
Yeah, fair enough.
Badger said by earlier, and my brain processed it, and I was like, okay. He said something about NotJah can't drive or some shit. I'm like, I'll mess up what NotJah know. He said that, and then I completely forgot.
Fair enough.
Here.
Oh, g'day, Linda.
Someone's been at my drinks.
Was it you?
No, I had 4 left, and there's now suddenly none left in the fridge. Oh, that's because they've been moved.
Lucky.
They've rearranged the fridge.
That's always problematic. But
especially when you're looking for one specific thing and it's at the top shelf and you're small.
Oh, unlucky. You haven't heard of Mr. Grumpy Old Dave, have you? He's a fellow Aussie.
No.
But his moniker, or I don't know what is it. It's not his actual tag. It's like what he goes by a lot on Twitter. Is alt height. So it's a rip on alt right, obviously, but
Yeah.
for height. He's a wonderful chap. He just he has a thing about asking people like me to reach things. I'm like, motherfucker, get it yourself.
I'm
Yes,
not
I am
small.
joking.
I'm vertically challenged.
Yeah, because I know I'm, only first talking to you. I don't want you to get the wrong impression. Just,
I get small jokes all the time.
I tend to avoid them, but Dave has given me, like, this not motivate, like, he just makes you want to do it. Like, I don't know. When you meet him, you'll understand. I love that guy, though. Oh, shit. Don't tell him I said that, though. Fuck. Ugh. That'd get weird. G'day, Brian. Good to see ya. And Badger's back. We were just talking about you, but you'll have to, like, watch it all, that you missed just to see that.
Literally, to join your Discord, though, I had to go to the video before the live stream to see the link, because
Yeah,
the
I
description
didn't add
of your live stream.
Yeah. Because I was pretty lazy with this one. I got to admit.
Literally, I only have one notification on this account, on my Godless Virus account, and it's a heart from you on the video where you were playing Wildlands in the background.
Yeah. That was a good. That wasn't too bad of a. Yeah. Sorry?
Speaking of which, are you planning on getting the next game in the series, Breakpoint?
Yeah, I think I saw you ask that earlier, and I don't know if you saw my reply, but yeah, I'm intending on getting that. Is just I probably wouldn't get it when it's first out. Like, I'm the sort of person that'll wait until it's a little cheaper.
I've already pre-ordered it, so
I've
got no choice now.
Yeah, no, I think I pre-ordered like Wildlands, and I mean that was worth it. It was just definitely a really good game, especially when it came out. It had a lot to do, and I like open world.
I mean,
just to explore them. You still there? Lou.
Which one?
Oh, hey Tria. No, I think I don't know. I just got that gnarly buzzing just for a second there from the old virus, and I hope you didn't catch a virus.
I sometimes don't know when to jump in. I interrupt sometimes and then don't realize that there's a silence at others, so I apologize.
Never. Feel free to interrupt when you like. It's what you're here for, basically. Like, It's a limited group, so everyone gets to talk whenever the fuck they want.
Somebody else was calling me. Somebody else was calling me, and the mic was overridden. I don't know why my phone does this, but if somebody else calls me, the mic decides to go, "Oh, I'm getting a call." Switch onto that thing. So I basically got cut off because somebody called me.
Yeah, it's probably like permissions priority in the call settings.
Well, the thing at the moment is, because it's a phone, if an app's using the microphone, if an app wants to use the microphone, the phone prioritizes that app. So if someone calls me, then the phone prioritizes that call rather than the call I'm already in, because Discord is VoIP, not an actual call per se.
You should be able to get around that, like, because I know that there are applications that you have to that have to use the same sort of permissions, such as voice recording, because they're then utilizing the microphone to record from it while you're using it on the phone. So I know there are permissions to do that. I don't know how to make them happen manually. Like, normally, it's one of those
Neither
things
do
that's meant
I
to come
either.
with the app.
I have no clue. I'm lucky that my tech doesn't look at me and break. Just been fun as
I
it
break
has
more
just been
stuff than I
fun
know.
doing YouTube.
Seriously,
I
I
am not
break.
really a technical person, and doing YouTube videos has been a wild ride. Troubleshooting is not really my forte, but I'm having to pretty much learn and force myself to be able to do it.
I mean, you know how I was mentioning earlier about my laptop, right? The laptop I've got is quite literally a word processor. It is not designed for gaming. It is not designed for videos. It would lag like hell if I actually tried to make a video on it.
See you later,
I
Brian.
mean, I've tried before. I tried before I got my PS4, and literally there was like it was 1 frame per second on the stream. For me, it was about like 7-ish, but for the people watching, it was basically like still frames.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you can't have a stream like that. So
I was
when I
actually
finally got
getting
my
that.
PlayStation,
Literally just like what the fuck? Not the weekend just passed, but the weekend before that. That's how the Leah stream ended up. Because I run that from my computer, and by midway all the way through to the end, it was 1 frame per 10 seconds or something. You know, like it was so bad. And you know,
I mean,
a lot of it can be to do with the settings, because I was doing a lot of fiddling with the settings, trying to get it to where it needed to be, and shit wasn't working that day. But then a lot, you know, obviously, if your computer won't do it, your computer won't do it.
if you had to choose a favorite game at the moment, what would it actually be?
For me, I mean, I'd probably go GTA just because it's a good, like, all-round game. It doesn't matter what mood I'm in, I can find something to do.
Have you heard about the whole controversy of the casino update on GTA Online?
I hadn't heard it had come up again as a controversy. I'd heard it coming up when it was announced that they were going to implement it in the online, but I knew it
It's
was going
been
to be.
blocked in
Yeah, I knew it would be.
50 countries?
Yeah, well,
Because, right?
I'm not actually surprised by it, the way they've set it up. They could have set it up in a way that it could have been legal, but they didn't.
But the reason why in GTA San Andreas they could have it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is because there was no monetization system.
Yes, it was single player.
Right?
It
you
was
could
no
not buy
actual
shark
money
cards
going in. No, exactly.
Yeah,
this is what I'm saying. They could have made that
buy...
casino devoid of shark cards. They could have made it completely devoid of the monetization side and had it just an in-game thing.
Countries...
But the problem is you can still get shark cards to get money, which would then go into it, the gambling, which means that in those countries like my own...
However, in some countries, they have removed the ability to use shark card money to actually be able to, you know, get chips in the game. The way that they got around certain gambling laws is it doesn't use actual dollars. It's like a real casino. It uses chips.
So they've identified the monetary value in game that you receive from shark cards independently from the rest of your monetary income or whatever it might be, you know, your value, so that it knows how much of it you can spend in casinos that you can't, that you've bought with your real money. Is that what you're saying? Like, it is differentiated between the two?
Yeah, and in certain... it's not like that in my country. I already tested it. I can use shark card money to actually buy the chips, which I feel is like shouldn't be able to happen at all. You should have to earn in-game money and only be able to use earned in-game money to buy it. But where I am, you can do that, and I tested it, and so it's a bit of a scummy move. The thing is, to a new player, everything is so expensive.
Oh, I don't even go into the real GTA Online. Like, I think I've gone as far as creating the new player, but I haven't gone as far as hitting the first save to actually have saved that player, I'd have to start again from scratch. Because I've never had any interest in joining that.
See,
None of
fair
it
play.
appealed to me.
I mean, you don't really want to. You don't really want to, right? If you join a public session nowadays, it's going to be full of griefers.
Well, this is what I was saying earlier. Like, I would die to join a
And they
DOJ
target
server.
new players.
Like, do you know about those? The
Like-
ones on. Do you know about the DOJ servers?
I know about certain servers where they're actually dedicated people that won't blow you up.
Yeah. Well, what the DOJ is the Department of Justice servers, and it's very popular online. Because basically it's cops and robbers real life. So you'll get your speeding fines. People, everyone is role playing their character, and they are very strict.
Yeah.
Because
See,
everyone
I do
is
that
streaming,
on
so.
I do that on some of my games anyway.
Yeah, well, but the beauty of this is a full pack server full of people doing the same thing. So there are full storylines going on that you're unaware of. Like, it's a world in GTA that's actually real people for the best part that you can get. And my goodness, because you can do whatever you want to do. Like, whatever GTA offers you as a random thing, you can role play it. You can pretend to be it. And until you break laws, you won't get bothered.
Yeah.
But then when you break laws, it becomes a lot of fun because you're not running from the AI cops, you're running from real cops. Like, half the time they are actually real cops too, which is amazing.
So is it sort of like a modded server so that they get rid of the in-game cops? That's interesting.
Yes and no. Like, I've seen, I don't know whether it's actually that they've gotten rid of, like, because it's pretty easy just to disable them. But for the most part, it's an exception when they see the in-game cops. More than often, when you'll see a cop, it's a person. And it's the same with civilians. Hey, Mero, you'll get your AI you'll get your AI traffic, but you won't get you'll also get just random civilians that are just doing their thing. Like you'll walk into the 7-Eleven in Sandy Shores and there's actually somebody standing behind the counter ready to serve you. You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna fully roleplay it, and you have money in game to give them.
That sounds like my kind of online server.
Yes.
Too bad I'm on a PS4 and can't actually go on servers like that.
I'm pretty sure you can actually get onto them with it's just different modding tools. But I'm relatively sure
I don't
you
want to
can
mod my PS4. I don't want to void its warranty yet.
Yeah, that would be
until it runs out of its warranty. I don't want to void it.
Fair point. I don't know how that works with consoles. Like, I'm just relatively sure you can get into it.
It's pretty hard with consoles.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
You've got to install a custom operating system, essentially a jailbreak operating system,
and then
to the PlayStation. Whereas with PC, you can just install a mod.
Yeah, and you can remove it when you want to go online, the proper version, if you wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
See, I've got plenty of games on here that I've all bought, and I don't want to lose any of them, so I don't want to jailbreak my PS4.
Fair enough. So what games do you have?
Oh, I have loads. I have a 2 terabyte hard drive attached, so I've got loads of them.
Jeez.
Like, if I'm to count how many I've got... That's 21 digital.
This may be like my computer.
14 on disc, and then I've got a few. I've got 5 more digital games that are free-to-play games. So I've essentially got like 35 games on this console.
Jeez.
And how much storage have I still got left after all that?
Probably a lot. It's a 2 terabyte.
I mean, my system storage is only about I think it's 500 gig, which is almost completely full up. But I've got a 2 terabyte hard drive attached, so yeah. On system storage, I've got like not that much left. It's at 351.6 out of 408.5. and then my extended storage is a 1.84 terabyte hard drive, which is at 1.59, so it's almost full.
Fair
This thing, and I get bored of some of these games so quickly.
Fair enough.
I mean, I've got so much to choose from. Who wouldn't get bored eventually?
Yeah, I know, but that's fine. I gotta admit, we're a little bit over
But-
time. I didn't realize that my thing had started replaying itself. So I know that Mero just joined, but we are probably going to start wrapping up the show.
That's cool.
Do y'all want to shout
That's
yourselves
cool.
out by any chance? Like, I don't know if everyone here has a channel, but I know at least 2 of you do. But
I mean,
Virus,
I haven't
you
really
have-
started yet, so
What about you, Twitter? Do you want to shout yourself on Twitter or anything like that?
yeah, I'm at Godless Virus on Twitter.
Yo, there we go. Make sure you go check that out. Tria, do you want to shout yourself out?
I am Triatiel. My channel is about asexuality and ex-Mormonism. Working on a huge project right now. I was discussing it a little bit earlier. We've gotten some information that that worthiness interviews for youth might actually be starting. They already are. And it's a problem in that the ex-Mormon community is tackling. It's going to be about that. I do want to give y'all a content warning. Normally I request that you watch the video, and I do want you to, but if you are in a bad place, this is a really serious one, so make sure that you're able to handle it when you go watch it, because it's important, but I also don't want you to put yourself in a bad spot. But I'm trying to push to get that out before the end of the month.
You're a good person, Trio.
It'll be good to watch. Yeah.
Thanks, I
I'm looking
try.
forward to it. That's all you can do. That's
Uh,
all really anyone can do. So
What was that?
I was just saying, it's all you can do. That's all anyone really can do. So that's the best you can strive for.
Yeah. No, you're a good person, Trio. Thank you.
I try. I just don't positive with my videos, even the serious ones. I try to at least have, a positive light to them. I'm gonna be honest, this one fried. So,
Yeah.
and as always in my videos, I have full content warnings. You can either hear them at the beginning of the video, or you can read the transcripts. I've started to leave transcripts for my videos for people who need them as well. So
It's a good way to go too, because YouTube also reads them when you do them yourself, so that let's say you might sound like you've said something naughty, you can adjust it to make it not as naughty, and YouTube generally will accept that. Or for times where you get like, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was like B miles above or something for B mils above. You can adjust those and correct them, when they don't really, when it doesn't
and I'm
automatically
also gonna
hit you.
go. I'm also gonna go in and change and work on the closed captioning, because I know that YouTube automatically does it, which is nice, but they often wrong.
Yeah, auto
So-
captions are not that good. I mean, they can
They're
be
hilarious.
good, but sometimes they don't.
Yeah, they're hilarious.
Especially when it's more funny when you go onto a weird post and somebody's like a weird random video, and somebody has actually made captions for a video that shouldn't have captions.
Okay.
Oh yeah, like the meow, like the cats. The
Yeah,
yeah, I know
Not
the
just
one
that as well. I've seen like, I'm not as the word, but I've seen posts and things that people have made where they've done captions that are supposed to be funny-ish but have nothing related to the actual video.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right.
I've also seen
Can
captions done. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we were sort of wrapping up. I want to segue back to shouting Marrow out now, and yeah. You're up.
Well, I'm up. Well, my channel is now officially 100% called Nevadia. You'll find me on Twitter, which is Nevadia. You spell it Nervardr. A lot of people are missing the second R. So
I wonder how that started.
Nervardia. It seems to be a thing that people have started doing, and yeah, so just be aware of that. Yeah, so just come check me out. I've got a couple of videos up, and yeah, don't give yourself the raw prawn.
Yay! Awesome. All right.
Yay.
Speaking of Nevadia, probably the next thing you're going to see is her ass. So we're going to sign out here. Have a great night or day or whatever it might be, everybody. We'll catch you. Have you ever imagined sleeping with your own upside-down nacho? Do you wish you could grab a long-haired Australian and drink alcohol from their body? Maybe you're more interested in sitting on your imaginary underworld apostate's face, or just stomp me to the curb for writing such horrendous lines. Nachos go great with beer. Now you can and more with these fantastic overpriced items from the great range on sale in Nacho's Underworld Market. Your nachos are always best with beer. Pick up your very own upside-down pillow, throw an apostate on your stretch pants, or slap on some yowie socks and just walk all over me. Your nachos always go best with beer. So grab Australian mug, wrap your lips around it, and suck dry those glorious liquids. Everything in stock is limited because I get bored and change it up all the time, so get yours now. As always, ensure to thoroughly beer your nacho. Go to teesprings.com/store/nachos Underworld Market to grab your very own nacho now. Oh God, what have I made? Nobody will want this stuff.
Oh, wow. NotJah, is this your Teespring store?
Yeah, I just threw some simple, silly designs together quick. It's nothing special, just some funny, overpriced things on Nacho's Underworld Market.
Oh, look at this. This is super cool. You can get a hoodie and many other stylish shirts.
Not just shirts, but some great Yowie design stretch pants too.
And who wouldn't like an awesome coffee mug?
Or an angry nacho throw pillow for your couch. Everyone wants one of those.
Payment online is the best way to pay you.
Well, heck, Jen, thanks. Here's all your awesome nacho merch.
Check out Nacho's Underworld Market on Teespring today.